What's up, guys? It's Tony here. Welcome back to Man Cave Studios. The Philadelphia Flyers 2025-26 season starts tonight. And so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what we can expect from the Flyers this year. So the illusion that Danny Briere has given in the past is that this is more of a building season, and that this summer is kind of when the rebuild should sort of end and the Flyers should enter this period of contention. And I can infer that from Danny Briere talking about free agency, not as aggressively this past summer, and then saying that the team was most likely going to be more aggressive next summer. Now, this is year 3 of the new era of Orange, and years 1 and 2, the team, I would say, underperformed. Now, nothing was expected really of the Flyers in year 1, and they still outperformed for a good chunk of the season. They were 3rd in the Metro pretty late in the year, and going into a stretch where they had a bunch of games against the worst teams in the league, they were sitting pretty in a wild card spot. They should have had a cakewalk into a playoff spot. Going into year 2, a lot of people expected the Flyers to take a step back, and they did. And it was quite an enormous step back. I think with Matvei Michkov coming over, what a lot of us expected last year, who were a little pessimistic after the collapse in year 1, was that the Flyers would still be somewhere in that wild card fight towards the end of the season. What actually wound up happening was the Flyers finished worst in the Eastern Conference. That's not to say that teams like the Devils don't take steps back all the time. That has to do with injuries a little bit over there. Or the Rangers last season, who didn't make the playoffs. But going from in the playoff hunt and in a playoff spot to worst in the Eastern Conference, that's a pretty big step back. So I think the expectation is for the Flyers to get in that general vicinity again this year, of being in contention for a playoff spot. Matvei Michkov is in year 2 now, so you would expect that he'll have a better sophomore season than his fantastic rookie season. They made sort of an upgrade in goaltender. They added a center. It's not a playoff caliber team by any means. I mean, maybe best case scenario, they sneak into the second wildcard spot if the East is really bad this year. We should end the season optimistically. What that really means is yet to be seen. If they end this season the same way they ended the season 2 years ago, I think there's still reason to be optimistic. I would hope that towards the end of the season they go on some sort of run, 7 wins in 10 games or something like that, and then we can look at the team and the roster and who's coming up at the end of the season and beginning of the next one and say, okay, I feel really good about next season. Now, some Flyers fans still don't like the direction that this is all heading in, and I can't say I'm one to blame them. There are only so many more days and hours and years left until the Earth gets absolved into the sun, and I think we all hope that before that happens, or AI takes over, or nuclear war, whatever the next big thing is, the Flyers are able to find their way to a Stanley Cup. But I do think it's worth being patient for maybe one more year. But as the season goes on, if the team isn't improving, yeah, I think it might be time to pull the plug. Because especially for the season ticket holders who have been season ticket holders for a while, like I'm fairly new, this is only my 3rd year as a season ticket holder, but all we've kind of seen are, the prices for concessions go up and the on-ice performance has gone down. And I know that the NHL is becoming WWE and it's horrible because it's not really hockey anymore, but I want to see the team score goals. I don't want to see Nick Delorier or Garnett Hathaway get in a fight every period. So wherever the team finishes the season, whether it be last in the East again, or whether it be in a wild card spot or just outside of one, or even maybe if, the Metro really is weak this year, maybe even 3rd in the Metro, I think at the end of the day, we just want to see improvement, even if it's just from one player or one line or something to give us optimism heading into the offseason. And then the Flyers should whip out their wallets and spend some money on free agents, because that's what we've essentially been promised. Now it's been 5 straight seasons missing the playoffs. Likely it'll be a 6th this year. And there are only so many seasons that each of us are going to be able to get to watch the Flyers. And so I would hope that one of these seasons they're back in a playoff spot, contending for the Stanley Cup, actually fighting for something meaningful down the stretch. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Flyer season kicks off tonight, home opener on October 13th. I think I'm going to vlog that one and put that on the channel, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, peace out, broskies.